Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are doing great. This is me, Zuyina, who's there for EducationWali. And today I'm back with another Elevate Talks with Zuyina podcast with Miles Davis. So let's welcome her in our today's show. Thank you so much, Miles, for your time, precious time. So hi Miles, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm well. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm also great. So first of all, I wanted to request to please give a short introduction about yourself.
Uh, Short introduction. I passed dean of business school here in the U.S., president of a university, vice chancellor and CEO of a university, and presently serve as a professor, specializing in entrepreneurship, Islamic entrepreneurship in particular.
Okay, fantastic. And it would be great you also come in our gupshup session all night. And see you here also. That's great you come and this is such great for yourself. So, Miles, can I know this? How did your journey start?
So, which aspect of my journey are you referring to?
Also, you are Muslim, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. So, I'm now going to ask some meaningful questions. When did you realize your life was being ordered toward a greater purpose?
That's a good question. Asking when I realized my life was over. It's continued to be since I was a young age, realizing that sometimes the Lord Subhanahu wa Ta'ala saved me from things or guided me in certain directions, and sometimes even when I wanted to do things that were not so good, that I was kept from, that I was saved from, and it's an everyday realization that my life is guided by a certain path for me to follow.
That's great, Miles. That's great. Thank you for your answer. When does listening to your spirit mean in your daily life routine?
So say that again.
Sorry?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last part of what you said. When did I
Mean
didn't
your,
catch the last what you said.
okay, what does listening to your spirit mean in your daily life?
So inside of us, we all have what's referred to in Islam as the self-accusing spirit. It is that we know when we're doing things that are wrong. We know that we shouldn't be doing those things, and so part of that you should listen. It's no different than if you feel a sense of danger, you should do things to protect yourself. And so it's not drowning it out. It's not overcoming that. It's making sure that we're listening to that aspect of ourselves, and that will guide us correctly if we actually take time to listen to that self-accusing spirit. There's in the Quran that we say every day in Surah Al-Fatiha, where it says, "Al mustaqim." It talks about guiding towards the straight path. And being able to live on that path is to pay attention to what it is that we're doing in our lives. That is the straight path.
Okay, that's great, Miles. That's great. Thank you so much. So now my next question is that how do you distinguish between ego-driven goals and soul-driven missions?
So how do I do what? I'm sorry.
So I understand. How do you distinguish between ego-driven goals and soul-driven missions?
How do I distinguish between I'm missing the last distinguish between what two things?
Between ego-driven goals and soul-driven missions.
Oh, ego-driven goals and soul-driven missions. Okay. So let's be clear. The ego is not necessarily a bad thing. The ego is, it is okay to take a sense of pride if we're taking a sense of pride in the right things and for the right reasons. The distinguishing we talk about between ego and soul driven, how you know what is better for you is what draws you closer to faith, what draws you closer to Allah, what does the most good. As you know, you can tell when it's purely ego driven, when it's about being selfish. It's about you and not taking into consideration anyone else or for the betterment of your family or for the betterment of your community. This is how you can tell that it's really ego driven. You're on mute, Zuyina. You're on mute. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't say this. Thank you so much for telling me this. I'm grateful to you, Miles. So my next question is that what songs tell you that you are aligned with your true calling?
The sense that I'm aligned because the universe opens up. When you're aligned with your true calling, things open up for you. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have challenges. In fact, we're often taught that for whom Allah intends good, we often are going to experience hardship. But we know that we're in our true calling because it feels inside a sense of peace, a sense of purpose, a sense of almost, if we use the word joy as we're moving forward, that's how we know we're aligned with our purpose. It's like the difference between going to a shoe store and trying on shoes that fit and shoes that don't fit. You can walk in shoes that don't fit, but you will not walk comfortably.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you're
man.
in shoes that fit, you can walk in those shoes comfortably.
That's great, Miles. Thank you again. And my next question, has your definition of success changed over time? How?
Well, I have a very different definition of success than probably what people hear. Success is not how much money you have or what titles you have. Success is about the progressive realization of a worthwhile dream or goal. Success is an ongoing process. It's not a destination to me. And so my life, my very existence to me is of success because I'm trying to pursue things that are worthwhile. And I learn and I grow in the process. And so this is what success is, and it has been for me, and it doesn't change as long as I'm doing something that's worthwhile, moving forward, and striving to do what is right. This is success.
Okay, that's great. Love. So my next question is that about your leadership and service. How did Milarity service shape your understanding of leadership and humanity?
Say it again. You need to just say it a little slower for me because it's
How
sometimes a
did
little
your
hard for me.
Milarity service shape your understanding of leadership and humanity?
So, but my understanding of leadership in humanity, is that what
Yeah,
you asked?
yeah.
S- this- what about leadership in humanity? What are you asking about it?
I can repeat it for you. Okay. My question is that from you, how did Milarity service shape your understanding of leadership and humanity?
Military service. That's the word that I was missing. How did military service impact? So military service offers discipline and focus. It causes you to realize what you can that you can do more than what you thought you could do. And but also you learn leadership and service because in the military, in an effective military, you realize you have to take care of your troops because your troops take care of you. So you learn to take care of people. And in the military in the US, effective leaders, you have to feed, make sure your troops are fed before you eat. You don't go in front of them because you're the leader. And so you're leading, but you're also serving. And that has impacted how I see leadership and even how I see what would be good for humanity. Imagine a world where we took care of others instead of just taking care of ourselves. And so if we made sure that children are fed, if we made sure that the widow is fed, if we made sure that the orphans are fed, and then we take things instead of corrupt systems where we see where the leader wants it all for themselves and they don't want to share it with anyone else.
Okay, thank you, Miles. So sweet of you. So, what lesson from venture capital still guide you in serving people today?
So one lesson for
Okay, I was saying, what lesson from venture capital still
uh,
guide you in serving people today?
so you have to realize that when I talk about venture capital, it is not within the normal construct of the US or what a lot of people have called the Western world. There's an Islamic construct, Mahabar, and various other structures that allow you to provide funding for organizations. Venture capital should be used to help grow and develop the community, particularly for essential businesses. And so it is through funding. People need funding sometimes. They don't always have the money. And so even my model of venture capital, I learned from the Grameen Bank and Muhammad Yunus, who developed this construct, that helping the least among these, particularly women in communities who have small micro enterprises, makes a difference. It makes a difference. So thereby, what I understand is that in a system where we need capital, uh, then we just keep going from there. So who is your sister and did she schedule a time? Because I'm backing up against some other interviews also. So who is your sister?
Yeah, I think you beginning after all, she's effect calling Molly. Thank you, message it to you.
Okay. Is your sister there for to speak to right now?
After this because it's recording, right? So let's do first and I will call you, right? Only 15 minutes or 25 minutes?
Yes. Okay.
You can?
Yes. If we don't go too long, because I do have other things I have to do this morning. So please, as long as it doesn't go too long.
Okay. Okay, fine. So let's continue. As a university president, how did you balance vision with compassion?
Balance a visit with competence. Repeat this again. Yeah. Yeah. I need you to talk to me. I know you're talking to somebody else. You're on mute again.
Yeah.
All right, now say it again. How as a president did I do what?
Okay. As a university president, how did you balance vision with compassion?
Vision with compassion? Is that what you're asking? How do I balance
Yeah.
vision with compassion? There should be no difference. This is not a balance. Our vision should always include compassion. It should not even be a question. Is that what we are trying to do should be aligned with compassion and consideration for human beings and bringing them along with us. And so the ideal that the two, that I can just have a vision and just drive forward, you cannot do this by yourself. You have to bring people along with you. You have to share your vision and include their thinking and process in there as we move forward. The two should be very much connected. Mhm. I mean, even the Lehigh School, there was a vision, and that embodied compassion because he cared about his people and their education and wanted to do these things. These things should be together. There should not be a separation between the two.
That's great. Thank you so much for this. So now my another question from you. Okay, how can a leader stay humble while holding great responsibility?
Quite frankly, any true leader is already humble, and they should not stay humble. The moment that they take on the feeling of arrogance and everything, they've lost their qualifications of leadership. Is that you are there to serve your people. Once you move beyond that, you're outside of the realm. You can be a manager, you can be a dictator, you can be any sort of other thing you want to be, but that is not true leadership, particularly within an Islamic framework. Because the reality is, no matter what your position, no matter what your title, you still have to bow down before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you realize that the weight on your back of being a leader, because it is the just leader that is elevated. Unjust leaders, there's additional punishment that is given to an unjust leader. You should remain humble, particularly within an Islamic framework. And that's what I'm primarily talking about here. An Islamic framework of leadership says that you have no choice but to be humble because that responsibility, that amana, that trust is given to you. If you're outside of that, if you're treating people cruelly, there is double punishment for you for what you're doing. So you have to stay humble and aware that no matter how much money you have, no matter what title you have, no matter how much success you have, you still have to make sajda. You still have to bow
I
down before Allah. So this is it.
will agree you. I agree you. That's true. Great answer. Thank you so much, Miles, for the great answer. So now my next question is that about global impact and humanity. What did your experience in Nigeria teach you about global service?
That people all over the world are in need of the same things. That's what it taught me about global service. People all over the world are in need of proper education. My experience in Nigeria, my experience in Pakistan, my experience
Oh,
in
that's
Sudan, my experience everywhere I have been has taught me that there are basic things that people need
that's
and dignity and self-respect and proper education and how to live, that we are all human, that we are created different, not so that we may hate each other. We're created different so that we may know each other and experience each other. This is what is
yeah, that's
important.
great. Thank you, Miles, again. And my next question: how do different cultures shape your understanding of purpose?
Is that different cultures have a focus on different things, but they're all looking for meaning and purpose in their life. But however, the purpose is often the same at the root. They want to provide for themselves, their family, and their community. It's 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 not that different. It's not that different. And that each culture has to set up and provide for its people in different manners. It's not that different.
Okay, so now my next question is that from you. How does it really mean to serve humanity in today's world, like all of this, right? Including.
So you're asking how does it serve?
Oh, I can repeat it, right? What
Say
does
say it
it
again.
really mean to serve humanity in today's world?
How do you serve humanity in today's world?
Yeah,
You serve humanity by being the best that you can be. You serve humanity by thinking of the greater good. You serve humanity by thinking more about the impact that you're having than thinking about just yourself. This allows you to serve humanity.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you again. And now my next question, where do you see the greatest need for fearless leadership right now?
The greatest need for fearless leadership is for people to do the right thing and oppose evil when they see it. Is that we often are afraid to stand up to people. We're afraid to protest. In the United States, right now, there are people who are protesting very bad things that are happening here. That's fearlessness. If we just sit there and cowardice and fear, then we allow evil to succeed. We have to stand and resist this evil.
Yeah, great. You know, something like this. Okay, okay, no problem. Let's continue these questions, right? So my another and my last question: what advice would you give someone afraid to start their purpose journey?
Yeah. So my perspective for someone who's starting a journey is to look within. Look within yourself and think about what do you do well? What comes easy to you that is hard to others? What brings you a sense of joy or contentment or satisfaction when you're doing it? What would you do no matter if they barely paid you any money, they paid you a lot of money? This how you know you're on purpose. Because all those things coming together, and then the final thing is, what do you think serves the greater good? These types of things are the things that let you know that you're on purpose.
That's great. That's great, Maya. That's great. Actually, with you, right? In the last, I wanted a little uh experience about this interview, right? What was your experience? I wanted some a little experience from you
What's my experience regarding what, please? Again, what's my experience?
in this
Again,
interview. How do you feel? A little.
your voice, I'm sorry, that it's breaking up. So, what's my experience? Say it one more time, please.
What is your experience in this interview? And
Uh,
advise me.
what's my experience in listening to you? And so and it's been a good experience speaking with you and such bright young minds asking important questions. I appreciate talking to you and wish you the very, very best in your future, inshallah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. And my this is the greatest interview as I done with you. Thank you so much again. Let's see you again. Bye bye. Allah
Bye.
Hafiz.